Hey, how's everybody doing? Hopefully y'all can hear me. So my video has been, or my channel has been down for a little while. Like I haven't been able to really do much with it. I decided to kind of, I guess, bring this back from the dead. But the main thing is, I'm definitely focused on business. That's what I'm really into. But out of all the reading and all the podcasts and everything that I've done, it all goes back to one thing. And that one thing is health and fitness. We all know it. We all just, I guess, kind of ignore it or just, oh, I'll get to it one day. I'll come back to it. It never happens. I just out of the blue was listening to something. I can't remember what it was, but I got home because I got an hour commute. I get home just thinking about it. Went to the bathroom. I just looked in the mirror going, man, yeah, I'm starting to put on a little bit. So with that all being said on that is for the next 90 days, I plan on doing basically a workout thing for me, along with how I'm going to eat, explain basically to this channel, I guess, and to you, if you're going to end up watching and following along, if you want to do it, because all of us go through stuff, whether relationships, just working all the time, trying to make things go, kids running around, you're always busy, you're just like, you can't even breathe half the time. If that's the case, I'm with you. I got you. I'm right there. I want to take this moment and say thank you for everyone that is working their butts off to try to make this happen in life. Only you can make this happen for you. And I want to do these videos here basically to have accountability for me. But it would be awesome if I got a community involved in this and people were doing this and it changed somebody's lives, even if it's just one person. I think it would be awesome if I can actually just change not only myself, but other people. Now, I have a whole bunch of things that I wrote down to try to set up for this, and I didn't know if any of y'all would be interested in it, but I wanted to really get on here and start the whole process. The first day I plan on doing this is August 1st. So it's like 5 or 6 days from now. August 1st is when I'm going to start. I want it for 90 days. 90 days is a good amount to find out during that process what my body can do. If things aren't working, I can adjust. But also 90 days is about when the holidays start up. So get in the best shape of our lives before we meet the family and they ask all the questions. And it might be just for a small moment, but you get to be the center of attention for just a little bit. But with that, I want to kind of explain I guess my backstory a little bit on why I'm doing this program this way. And I'm just a normal person. So this isn't for health advice or anything like that. Again, this is something I've learned about me as I've gone through different diets and struggles and stuff like that. Now, I'm not necessarily like obese, way over, weight or anything like that, but I'm definitely overweight. And I have a scale, whatever that kind of baselines it. Is it accurate? Probably not, but it roughly shows that I'm 26 to 28% body fat. I'm 5'9" and 187 pounds. And I was at one point 201, went down to 157, and then put it all on. And I'll explain that here in a second on how that happened. All right. So going into that, I have done carnivore diet 3 times. Yeah, before you run away, I'm not like one of these, oh, you gotta do carnivore, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not like that. I did it the first time for 5 days, and I just couldn't, I guess I just wasn't ready for it. I'm sure y'all might have been in that before, just not ready for it. The second time I did it, It was probably a year later. I did it for about 20 days. I lost about 9 pounds. I'm just like, this sucks, man. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I got a little bit of, stomach hurting kind of thing. I guess they want to call it the keto flu kind of thing, carnivore flu, whatever it is. But I ended up getting sick, and I was just like, yep, I'm not doing this anymore because I started just eating junk here and there. And you got kids, you're running around, you sit there and see something they got, you're like, oh man, all right, let's grab that, let's get something to eat, let's do it. Uh, and that's kind of where it went. So bring myself up, I guess it was about a year ago when I stopped, but I guess 2 years ago I ended up doing carnivore again, and I did it for 9 months. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This time I was just over it. I told myself I would never get to 201 pounds. I hit that, and something switched in my brain. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna sit there and get to this point where I'm just that unhealthy. I refuse. So I went ahead and did some research before I got into carnivore. How did we used to eat way, way back, thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago? How did we actually eat? And we definitely didn't have all these processed foods and all these dyes and all this other crap in our food. So the main thing I got out of it was try to eat as whole, which we all know, but we were also taught when we were kids, have breakfast, get cereals, it's the best part of the day, blah, 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 whatever. And yeah, cereals were better back then. Again, I'm 46 years old, so I'm freaking old. But it goes into a little bit more than that. But anywho, let me get back. I know I'm going off a little. So the carnivore diet, I went and started it. I didn't really have much problems with it, but I set myself up where it wouldn't be a failure. And all my joints stopped hurting. I I just felt really good. I had a lot of energy, it seemed like. Now, for everybody that was going strict carnivore, I did not do the strict carnivore per se. I did, but I didn't. So I'm guessing I didn't. So I stuck with meat only starting out. No seasonings. Everything was just plain and salt. Just lots of salt. Because I ended up the second time I did carnivore, I got the worst Charlie horse in my calf. Oh my gosh, I never felt that before in my life. It hurt so bad. So I ended up getting a good mineral salt, and I ended up throwing that on all on my burgers that I made and stuff like that. And it worked out pretty good where I didn't have that issue, which definitely helped. And they tell you not to work out, so I didn't work out, which allowed me to lose after about 5 or 6 weeks about 44 pounds, which was awesome. Everybody compliment me, oh my gosh, how'd you do it? How'd you lose the weight? And I talked to them a little bit about it, but I didn't bring it up like normal people will, like, oh yeah, I'm on carnivore, you should try it, blah, blah, blah. No, no, I wouldn't like that. I wanted to I kind of kept myself just focused and grind. Now, I just kept it that way for a while. Eventually, I was building a chicken coop for my wife, and I get on top of the ladder, and I had a 4x8 sheet of OSB, and I shimmied it up, threw it up. When I did it the third time to get it all the way up while I was at the top of the ladder, my arm popped, and it hurt, and I could barely hold the board, but I was able to, swing back, throw it on top or whatever. I couldn't even lift the nail gun to work it, but I finished it with my left hand, got it done. Come to find out, I had tore my bicep and ripped a tendon in my arm. And I couldn't, that's about the time I wanted to start kind of working out, and I didn't. And I mean, I was in so much pain, I couldn't really move it. So anyway, I didn't, I guess I got in a little bit of a slight depression. And that depression kind of led me to, okay, I'm starting to snack. And going on to the snack and stuff, yeah, it sucked. It really did suck. and I fell off the bandwagon basically. On this one, now okay, to go back, when I did carnivore the last time, to kind of stay on there if I really felt like I needed some kind of sweets, my wife ended up making me some chocolate chip cookies, and I would just take one big bite of the cookie and I'd put it away, shove it away. That really did help me a lot get through it. And I just had one bite every day. I did one meal a day, the OMAD. So I did quite a bit at one time, and maybe that equated to why I lost so much weight. Now, move forward. In the last year, I've tried to do carnivore, and I have not been able to lose the weight like I did before. And the more I started trying to get information, the only thing that I can come up with logically for me, I don't know if it's true or not, is when I lost all that weight, yeah, I lost fat, but I also lost muscle. Now I don't have the muscles to burn the fat like I did before, so it's a little bit more difficult to do that. So I'm incorporating that into what I'm doing here. And um I have a workout, it's 3 days a week. And I I'm hoping that y'all decide y'all might want to follow too. Like I said, it'd be awesome to have an awesome community with this. But I plan on working out 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the actual workouts. I plan on using just dumbbells, a bench, and a mat. They're going to be more dumbbells and body weight stuff for the first 30 days because I am out of shape. I want to get back into shape. I am going to push myself, but yeah. So the workouts I'm trying to do are hopefully about 45 minutes. The original game plan was to do it before I went to work, which means I'd have to get up at 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if I was going to do the video live, if I got enough subscribers to do it live, I was going to end up doing that at 3 a.m. and hopefully done 3:45, 4 o'clock. If I'm done by 4 o'clock, that allows me to go make breakfast, go take a shower, and leave for work. That's kind of the game plan that I was going with. I'm not too sure how that's going to play out. I might have to, if I don't have enough subscribers, just record that I did that to document that's what I did. And if anybody wants to follow, they can. And that's where the workout basically is. Now, your Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are going to be more cardio days. And with those, I am going to put some carbs into what I'm eating that day. Pretty much eating the same thing most of the days because I want to simplify it. So I know I'm still doing it. That's what I did the first time, and I documented everything in a journal. That allowed me to look back and to find out well, what I was doing and what I wasn't. There's a point when about 3 weeks in, I was just exhausted every day. And when I looked back, I found out, well, my calorie count wasn't up. Even though I was full, I was eating one meal a day and I was stuffed when I was done. You only look at it as like 900 to 1100 calories. Well, if you, like right now, I did my BMR and it shows that I should be getting 1800 calories. This, how I'm set it to, or the fact that I don't work out and stuff, I should be at, my body burns 1800 calories. Now, if I do the workout that I plan on doing, it needs to be more like 2200 calories if I want to keep the weight that I'm at. But I don't want to keep the weight that I'm at. I want to lose a little bit of weight. So I'm, like I said, I'm 187 pounds. I want to be about 170, 175. So starting out, I'm probably going to be in a slight deficit. So you would want to like 1700 to 1900 calories. Again, that's for me. My BMR with working out should be about 2200 calories. So now if I bring it between 1700 and 1900 calories, I ended up going through what I would eat, what I'm eating right now, and how I can fit that into my calories, my proteins, my fats, and carbs. And what I have right now is 1,800 calories. So I got in the middle of that window, and I can give you, I guess, something showing, or not give you something showing, but I can tell you what I plan on eating in a day roughly, and that can give you an idea of how I plan on doing it. Now, on the cardio days, I'm going to do 45 minutes of something, whether it be sprint work or playing basketball or going out playing soccer, soccer with kids, doing something for about 45 minutes or so. But on those days, I'm going to throw a little bit of like a sweet potato in there, medium sweet potato. That'll give me a little bit more carbs. My main goal, though, is to not have but max 50 grams of carbs a day. And really, I want to be about 20, no more than 25 to 30 grams of carbs. And this might not work for everybody. I know you got all these people on the YouTube and internet and whatever. They talk about, oh, you got to have carbs, you got to have this, you got to have that, you got to do this. Everybody has their own things of saying it. I know what I learned with my body on how I was figuring it out. My body reacted to lower carbs because I tried all these other diets. They didn't freaking work. It was irritating the shit out of me, pardon my language, but it was. And carnivore was the only one that allowed me to lose weight, stop with all the pain in my joints from playing sports when I was a kid. It's like shoulders and everything just smashed. Well, all that pain is back now, and I want to get rid of it again on top of all this other stuff. So another thing that I ended up learning doing carnivore is your protein, your grams of protein. Now they have charts or equations or whatever. It's like 0.8 pounds or 0.8 grams or whatever per pound and all this other stuff. It came down for me, and I found this out by doing journaling, is I was lower weight than I wanted to be. So I didn't know why. I was just eating the way that I was. I was just letting my body do what it does. Well, I was around 160. When I looked at all my stuff in my journaling, I averaged about 160 grams of protein a day. So this is what I learned. And then all of a sudden it started popping up here and there, whatever. You eat the grams of protein of the weight that you want to be. So if I want to be 170, 175 pounds, that means I need to eat about 170, 175 grams of protein. So that's what has my base mark on what I want. And then I also know that my carbs I want to leave down. So I already know for the most part that number. My fats, now they told you from when you were a kid, don't eat fats, fat will make you gain weight, da da da. Well, I found out that I ate a lot of bacon, a lot of, fatty meats, and I actually lost weight, which is crazy. I know. I know most of the food is just because all the crap they put in there. I get that. But I'm just saying, this is how it worked for me, and this is the information that I'm going through in my head to do the program for me that I am doing for myself. So now let me get into a little bit more. So if anybody that's interested in checking their BMR, you can Google search this BMR. There is one for men and there's one for women, but I've got it on my little note thing here. Hold on, let me bring it up. So this is what it says for a male. It's in parentheses, this part, 88.4 plus 13.4 times weight in kilograms. So you're going to have to do that equation. So my 187 pounds comes up to 84.822 kilograms. So I put that in, and that's in parentheses. Then it's plus, and then another parenthesis starts with 4.8 times your height in centimeters. Now I'm 5'9", and centimeters, it's 175.26 centimeters. So that's where I got that. Then that's in a parentheses, and then the next one's minus, and then this parentheses is 5.68 times your age, which mine's 46. And so that's what came up with my 1,800 calories a day of what I need. Now, female is a little different. It's 447.6 plus 9.25 times weight in kilograms is first parentheses, plus 3.10 times height in centimeters, that's in the next parentheses, minus 4.33 times their age in parentheses. And then whatever answer that is, that's what you got. And that's what I ended up coming up with for the BMR to find out what my calories I'm going to need for this. And now we're going to get more into a normal day of me eating. And I don't know if you can see that. So I wrote it down, and I found out that the calories were a little high. So I ended up tweaking it a little bit to make it happen. This might be something that you need to do as well. You might need to just tweak what you want to do, but find things that you like. Again, mine's more based protein, carnivore kind of diet thing. So I'm going to have a lot more meats in this and not the grains and the vegetables and, stuff like that. I mean, I did at one point just like chicken salads for a while. Not chicken salad, but like salad with chicken on it. And I was gaining weight. I could not understand it at all. But I digress. So a normal day for me would be this, and it's pretty much every day. And I'll kind of correlate that into, let's say, if I started this workout now. So let's say I'm starting tomorrow this workout. First thing in the morning, I would get my stuff on and I would make a protein shake. Now, I've gone through a lot of different protein shakes. Right now, I'm using Transparent Labs, which seems to be pretty good. Doesn't have all the crap in it and everything. So I've been using that and it tastes pretty good. So that would be about 1.5 scoops, 1.5 scoops, which will give me 180 calories, 42 grams of protein, 1.5 grams of carbs, and about 1 gram of fat. It's not much, but starting out, you want to get the protein into you as soon as you wake up, because you've been fasting all night while you've been sleeping. So you get that into you, start drinking that, and while you're working out, you can drink it. Make sure you get some water. So then I'll do my workout. When I'm done with that, I'll go upstairs and make my breakfast, and that would consist of 3 to 4 eggs, sirloin steak, which if you go to Costco, if you got a Costco membership, they have a little tub over by the meat. It's prepackaged already. I think it's like $28, but they have 2 little packs inside of there. They're already cut. I mean, it's great. They're cut and basically cooked, and you take them out and they're still pink inside. All you got to do is warm them up a little bit. What I'll do is I'll throw them into the pan or whatever, warm them up some, cook my eggs right behind it, and it's phenomenal. Now, that is a serving size is 3 ounces. I usually do 4.5 ounces of this, and it'll last me about 5, maybe 6 days. So it lasts a good while. And again, $28, and that's a good chunk of your breakfast. That's great. Now, eggs, we got chickens here, so our eggs are free, but still, eggs aren't too badly priced right now. And then my wife will usually make me about 3 pounds of bacon at the beginning of the week. And then I'll usually eat like 3 or 4 of those for breakfast in the morning. So again, my breakfast would be I would make 3 to 4 eggs, 4.5 ounces of sirloin steak, and then 3, maybe 4 slices of bacon, depending on how I'm feeling. But I'll eat that. And then I'll go take my shower, get ready to go to work. And then at work, which I did, so I've tried to drink coffee. And I know there's things going back, should you drink coffee? Shouldn't you drink coffee? There's videos after videos on this stuff. I've tried to do the carnivore with coffee this last few times, and it just, I could not get it to go. I could not lose the weight. I felt bloated. I just, I couldn't do it. However, when I did carnivore that I lasted 9 months on, I had Monster Rehab. Now you can say what you want, but I like the taste of the Monster Rehab's lemonade tea, and they just came out with the green tea, which I loved before, and then they got rid of it. But when I did it with the lemonade and tea Rehab Monster, not the regular monsters, the Rehab Monsters. Lower calories, but it gave me the energy. So on my break at work, which is at 10 o'clock, I will probably have one of those to drink just to go through my system kind of thing, give me a little bit of energy for the rest of the day and the drive commute home. Now, when I get home, I'll get home about 3 o'clock, maybe have dinner or whatever, 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. And because my kids get off of school or out of school at 4 o'clock when school starts back up. So my dinner would consist of 2 4-ounce burgers, 3 to 4 slices of bacon, and 3 to 4 eggs. Basically what it comes down to. Now, burgers. I originally, when I started, used to just get ground beef 80/20 at Walmart, and I just made my patties or whatever, and then I made those. Then it was pretty much, they would shrink a lot. So then I got the was it, the grass fed beef or whatever, and I did that. They didn't shrink as bad, but I did find out that okay, I liked ribeye steaks. I like steaks, period. And I found out that you could go to some of these like grocery stores, the meat section, and you can ask them if they have ribeye steak ground beef or ribeye steak burgers. Well, the place that I went to, which was, it depends on how you want to look at it, about 350 a burger. Depends on if you want to go with that, but it had a little bit higher fat. It had the protein and stuff that I was looking for. So I did that for a while, and then I decided it was just easier instead of calling them up and having them make them. I saw that Costco, since I was there, I checked it out in the freezer section. They have frozen either ground beef burger patties, they had sirloin burger patties, and they had grass-fed burger patties. Now, I haven't been able to find the sirloin ones for a little while. I don't know if it's just certain times of the year they have it or whatever. I'm not sure. But lately I've been getting the grass-fed one and just the regular beef. And I mean, it's beef, y'all. And they taste good. They're easy. It's like 15 to 18 burgers in one pack on each one of them, and they're $28. You're looking at what, 9 days if you're having 2 a day. And that's what I get now. And all the stuff that I just said, now after eating, that's it. So 4:30, whenever I'm done eating, I don't eat anymore. So I'm basically fasting until the next morning. And it worked great last time. I'm sure it'll work great again. The only difference is this time I'll be working out. The fact that I'm working out, I think it's going to have phenomenal results, I'll just say. So anyways, what I just mentioned, that comes out to being between 1,800 and 2,300 calories. Now, when I said 3 to 4 eggs or 3 to 4 slices of bacon, if I go to the 3, it would end up being 1,800. If I leave it at the 4, then it's going to be 2,800. Just figured I'd throw that out there. I don't know what y'all are going with, but then on the cardio days that I'm doing the 45-minute cardios, whatever I'm doing, I would throw in with that food a sweet potato, a medium sweet potato. It's about 3.5 ounces, which is about 100 grams. You're looking at 86 calories and about 20 grams of carbs. And that should give me my carb limit for the day. But if you're going to go for the, I guess the macros you want to call them, protein for the lower, the 3 eggs, 3 slices of bacon, stuff like that, comes out to being 180 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbs, and 114 grams of fat. And then if I throw the sweet potato in there, instead of 3 carbs, it'll be 23 carbs. So I'm still keeping in that window of the 25 to 30 grams of carbs. And that's pretty much what I'll end up eating every day for the next 90 days. I mean, I'm pretty close to eating that now for me. And then my workouts are going to be more of a, so every day right now I'm doing about 2,000 steps. Some days up to 8 to 10,000. It just depends on how busy I am at work. But my game plan is to do 6 to 10,000 every day. And I have my smartwatch on me or my phone, hopefully, most of those times. There are places that I go into that I can't have either one of those. So I'm not going to be able to track those steps. However, I still want to get close to those. That's an everyday thing. Now, if you're already doing 10,000 steps or 15,000 steps, your body, that's a normal thing for you, your body's probably used to it. So you might need to step it up like an extra 2,000, 4,000 more steps, just so your body actually adjusts to it. Like, oh crap, you're doing more than you normally do. Now, how my splits are, again, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday is going to be more, I guess, an upper body day, which is push-ups, dumbbell rows, shoulder press, again with dumbbells, bicep curls, tricep curls, and plank holds. Now Wednesday will be lower, more so squats, lunges, glute bridges, calf raises, side lunges, bicycle crunches. And then Friday is more of a full body kind of thing, which is going to be burpees, mountain climbers, dumbbell deadlifts, Russian twists, dumbbell swings, jump squats. Now, if you don't know what some of those are, look them up if you plan on joining me for this. But August 1st is a Friday. So that's going to be my first day. And it's going to be a full body day, which is going to be awesome. And then that'll give us a 2-day, I guess, recharge day, I guess, because Saturday will be more of a 45-minute cardio session or whatever you plan on doing, playing basketball, soccer, running, whatever you want to do that day. But just try to move. That's all we're trying to do here. And I just want to be accountable for myself, which is why I'm doing this video. And if y'all end up following, maybe if you need some accountability also, hey, leave stuff in the comments. I would love to get back with you on this stuff. Talk back and forth. Again, while we're going through this, my channel is more of a, was originally or is still a business because I'm really interested in that. Talking about business and investing and stuff I've learned in the process of my life. And we can talk about that stuff if I'm able to get live stuff or whatever. I'll try to read it and try to respond as we're working out, so we're not concentrating so much on the actual workout. Now, if you go Google and you find out, you ask them, hey, what should you eat? It'll end up telling you that protein should be 30%, fat should be 30%, carbs should be 40%. That's one thing I forgot to throw out there before. And I found out that if that's the case, I tried that too, and it didn't work. So, but that's pretty much the workout thing that I plan on doing, the way I plan on eating. I plan on doing it for 90 days. If it goes further than that, that's awesome, because maybe that'll be a lifestyle at that point for us or for me. But I want something to document, because before I just documented it through my journal, and I wanted some more video stuff so I can go back to and view to really understand how I was feeling for the day. And that might be something I throw in there too, how I'm feeling for the day. Am I tired? Am I sluggish? Do I hurt today? Am I sore from working out? Or if I missed a day, or I ate too much crap or whatever, I want to make a video about it and understand, look, I failed. Tomorrow is another day. I'm going to make this happen. but try your best not to have that happen in that. Well, I think I pretty much said everything that I need to say on this video. If there's anybody looking that you think that might be wanting to do this, share this video with them. Hopefully they'll follow along or whatever, and we can have a nice community. But I appreciate anybody and everybody that is watching this at a later date, because I did this live and it doesn't look like anybody showed up, which is I expected. I only got 11 subscribers on this channel, but I appreciate y'all, and we will see y'all on the next one, which I'll probably do another video the Thursday, well, next Thursday, I guess it would be. So the day before the actual whole thing starts, to let you know if I'm doing it that morning or not. And if not, then I'll do the workout in the afternoon. But I will let y'all know on that, and then I'll remind y'all what I'm going to be using if y'all want to do that. Like I said, bench, dumbbells, mat. Just find a little spot in your house or your apartment or a room somewhere. Maybe you're even at work. I don't know. But find a little spot, see what you can do. All right. We'll yak at y'all later. I appreciate it. Have a good one.